inside the sock.
Doing some crowd noises.
Okay, I'm Janelle, and this is
Ella.
and this is Inside the Sock. This is just a podcast that we both are hosting.
Yeah.
And it's just to talk about some stuff that's going on that's not really looked at, and most high schoolers wouldn't really talk about it with their friend groups.
Consider even.
Yeah, so we're bringing some light into it.
Yay. Love light. So bright in here.
So today's episode, I wanted to talk about, just how it is being Hispanic in the...
In a white culture?
Yeah.
Because Missouri is mostly white. I mean, I'm white, so, I have no clue really where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to learn.
So I'm not, most people when they think about Hispanic, they think, oh, you're Mexican, or you're some part of Mexico or something, but it's more of, the fact that people don't really take into consideration that there's other parts, there's other places a Hispanic could be from. And so moving here, December, has not been a year, but last year, not many people really accepted me for the way I was. And even the other Hispanics here, I mean, when I came here and I told my mom about oh, there's other Hispanics, I expected some sort of
community.
Yeah, but instead of that, I was they told me that I was too white, that I was different, and I didn't know how to say certain things. And of course, that hurt, because already from white kids here, they were they called me names and everything. They said that I was just a Mexican new girl, and they always asked me what are you, as if I was an object.
You're not an object, no, I promise.
I mean,
you are a human.
I've grown from it now. I guess grown is a good word, but I've been able to learn how to just not really care what people say, and also stand up for myself. And that has been really it's difficult, because coming from Texas, where it's a really diverse place and everything, to mostly white,
to the suburbs of St. Louis.
Yeah, it's not very.
It's mostly white and African American out here, and even then it's mostly just white.
Yeah. And I just wish that more people could pay attention to different cultures or communities and things.
Yes. I am a white girl and I'm straight, so I'm not really a part of any cultural minorities. But my religion, I am Christian, but I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we get discriminated against a lot. A lot of people hate on our religion and have so many misconceptions about it. And I'm not trying to turn this on me. I know we're talking about this, but I understand a little bit where you're coming from, but I don't understand as much, because people don't look at me and go, oh, she's a Mormon.
Yeah.
They don't see that when they look at me, because I'm just another white girl, and you don't look at a person and know their religion.
But when it comes to religion, it's also that's something else that I also got hate for, because most of the Hispanic culture, they're Catholic or something else. And I remember a specific time, this is something, I was talking to a Hispanic that I'm not sure if they go here anymore, but I was talking about religion and everything, because I brought up that I was going to church, and they were like, are you Catholic? And I was like, no. They're like, oh, so what are you then? And once I told them that I was Christian, they were like, oh, so the white people.
Oh my gosh.
And it just brought me so much anger, because these people who my mom was always oh, they'll accept you, be friends with them or something, if the white kids are giving you so much hate. I was like, okay, I'll try that. But they didn't want me included to anything they were doing.
That would be awful.
So not only was I getting judged for my race,
For not being Mexican?
but for my religion.
Yeah.
And also, not only that, it's for the way I spoke Spanish.
Spanish is spoken differently everywhere.
Yes. And that's again, like, I wish people actually paid attention to that instead of just assuming things. Like, Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah.
I heard so much about it. People were talking about it. But they, like, most of the places people assume or like even think about Hispanic Heritage Month, Mexico.
Yeah.
And I respect people from Mexico, from wherever, but no one, like, if you're, I don't know how to word this, they don't think,
my mind just went blank, I can't think of the word. Descent, that's what it went. They don't think about other places where Hispanic descent
and
are.
it sucks. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was how lots of, like, brands, this is another thing, lots of brands, they use, like, the Hispanic culture as, like, a way to advertise.
They do.
And I've seen that so much, especially with Hispanic Heritage Month. The amount of ads I've seen that they're like Disney. They say, come celebrate us for Hispanic Heritage Month and to visit Encanto. And I'm like,
I love Disney, but that's just not...
I don't see, like, how it connects.
It just makes white people feel better about themselves. It has nothing to do with actual Hispanic Heritage Month. It literally just has to do with white people feeling better about themselves and, like, they're actually doing something that's diverse,
like,
by watching a Disney cartoon movie.
And not only that, it's also Coke. Coke.
I don't get very many ads, so I have no clue what the Coke ads are like.
I do. And there's always a Hispanic or, like, a Hispanic party. And it's like, come on. Like, what I don't understand. And it just makes me angry. Because it also, like, connects with, like, how people, again, like you say,
perceive you.
Yeah. And also, like, they say they support it. And they were like, oh, yeah. Like, I support Hispanics.
It doesn't feel true when it comes from a corporate company.
Yeah.
Like, when corporate's out there and saying things like LGBTQ plus rights or Happy Pride Month or Happy Hispanic Month, Happy African American Heritage Month or African Heritage Month, and they're saying all these different things, Happy Asian Pacific Woman, I feel like that's a month. Because I saw something on Disney over the summer for that. But and it doesn't feel true coming from corporate.
Another thing, the Hispanic community, Latino community, whatever you want to call it, it's not supportive. Lots of people get, like, offended or mad when I speak about this, but coming from my experience, my friend's experience, who, like, most people who I'm friends with or know, and I've talked about this, they agree. They're not supportive, especially growing up with, like, Hispanic parents. They push you a lot because they want you to do good, they want you to do better, but also, like I was talking to you, the Hispanics here, they pushed me away because I was different, because I was too white. And that's what I mean, like, if you are different, if you don't fit into the standard Hispanic, like, idea, I guess, you can't be involved with them. And I can't dance. I don't really speak, like, Spanish very well, but that's because I grew up in, like, a place where I always spoke English. And I don't wear certain clothes that most Hispanics do, or, like, a Latina does. I don't do these things, but that doesn't make me any different of a Hispanic.
It doesn't.
And they don't know how I talk at home. I speak Spanish only at home with my family. Like, we throw parties, but it may not be as big, but people don't see that. People don't see, like, the Hispanic side of me.
And that's so dumb. Like, they don't realize, or at least from what you're saying and what I'm taking from what you're saying, and I could be totally off, but it feels like they just don't see you as even being Hispanic. It's like they just see you as being another white girl. And that's just, like, or, like, that just doesn't care about your like you don't care about your culture.
Mm.
That's how it seems to me that they're perceiving you, and that's not really true. I don't think. I feel like you do care about your culture and about your heritage and all that stuff.
And I might not be very, like, I know people from Mexico or people from wherever, they're very, like, they represent like where they're from, like, a lot. They have flags, they like celebrate like big parties. I just because my family doesn't do that, I don't do that. I don't talk about how cool it is or everything, like, because I'm from El Salvador, or my mom is, and so yeah, just because I don't do that, I just feel like that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean I'm embarrassed of where I'm from or where my parents are from. No, it's just
it's a different culture. It's a different background.
And also, I've been there like 4 times. I really have nothing to talk about and everything if I've been there 4 times. Like, I can't say, oh yeah, I have like, I don't know how many cousins over there. Like, I've been there 4 times, and the last time I went was in 17. Yeah.
Okay, because 2007,
like,
you would have been like an infant.
But people don't understand that though, and I just, again, I wish people really didn't make assumptions, because that's something. Because it became to a point where even speaking Spanish became like, I was ashamed of it. And it sucks though, because I feel like no Hispanic, no like Asian, Hispanic, whatever you are, I feel like you shouldn't be ashamed of what you speak.
You really shouldn't.
And it's sad how people, they say, oh, I'm sorry you're going through a tough time, but like, are you really? Like, are you really sorry that I'm going through racism, I'm going through people judging me and everything, when if I'm being honest, half the people who said that they're sorry were part of the problem.
Gotta love that.
Let's sum it up. But yeah, in general, to sum it up, I feel like people just need to really take it into consideration. Just that everyone's different. That's really all. Everyone's different, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And respect the differences.
And ask questions about it, because like, you don't know how these comments, you don't know how what you say or what is being said affects the person, or what they're going through. And again, like that, this doesn't just say like add on to like the Hispanic community. It's with everything. It's with every community, like gays, trans, Asians, Hispanics, blacks. It's with everything.
Religious minorities, all of it.
And people just have to respect and ask questions and not assume. So, but this was
fun. So, thanks for joining us on Inside the Sock.
Yes, it's our first episode.
Yeah, we did it.
But yeah, this is Janelle and
Ella.
And thank you for listening.